Hello, 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 people.
What's up?
Welcome to day 2 of
Yes.
quarantine.
Yes, yes.
We are now going to be discussing episode 2 of season
Home
1,
invasion.
which is called Home Invasion.
My worst nightmare.
And this one was, of course, jam packed with a lot of information, as per usual.
A really creepy one.
Yeah.
It is absolutely my worst nightmare that has happened to me. I don't know if you
Yep.
guys have ever heard that story, but it's freaking crazy.
Let's see. Is anybody here?
Not yet, but they'll be here.
We here yet? We turn ourselves.
Oh, we got,
There's Debbie. There's Kaylee.
yeah, Kaylee's
What's up,
here.
Rick?
Debbie's here. All right. Trying to find my note. There we go.
Huh?
Just trying to find my notes.
We're doing the call,
Her
bro.
drag name is Corona Quarantina.
Who?
Debbie.
Yeah.
Pregnant.
Hey, Mel.
What's up, Mel?
I've been trying to find you. Boris is
Mel,
trying.
you
I'm
wanna come
trying to
on?
make Boris stream for me today, but he doesn't want to cooperate.
Mel, if you want to come on, let us know.
Hey, Mel. If you want to come on, let us know.
Yeah, we want you to come on with us.
Alrighty. So the beginning
I'm-
of this starts, it begins in 1968, which is
We're
nice.
doing the greatest songs ever.
Yeah.
Age of Aquarius.
Mm-hmm.
Miss you, Mel.
And they're all
so-
going to see the Doors
Right
at
away.
the hospital.
Yeah, they're on their way to see the Doors in concert.
Hold up. We're not
What?
going to start the show without celebrating Ravenclaw Pride Day.
Oh, that's right.
Ravenclaw
Sorry.
Pride Day. Folks. Come on now. Happy Pride to all my fellow Eagles out there. Now continue. Sorry.
Yes, we're both Ravenclaws, so we're wearing our shirts today.
Melinda, are you
Continue.
a Ravenclaw? Do you know? I'm a Slytherin. My game was the other day.
Yours was
Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
Sunday. So my Ravenclaws, today's your day. Okay, back to 1968. We've got
So we're back to 1968.
Yes, it does open with the Age of Aquarius, which is very cool. I'm
great.
obviously
One of the
today
best songs.
having a flare, so I decided to I was really needing to have Boris in my spirit.
Hi, Boris.
Are we continuing on here? What are we doing? Okay, so Age of Aquarius, we're in the house. This is a group of nursing students, I believe, or
Yes.
nursing interns.
They're just like
I think
They're
students.
students
students.
Yeah, college students.
because
Who-
it looks like a sorority house.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. So you have a group of them who are your catty little bitches, typical little characterizations, and then you have the two who become our two nurses who we're going to follow through the rest of the series. Who are one is the goody student,
And the other
not
one's
one
the big
in
girl.
trouble. The other one is the big girl that doesn't get along with popular kids, so they
Yep.
kind of bond together, the whole deal, and they're left at home, and then we have a home invasion, which sets up the modern home invasion.
Send Melinda the link.
I will hold on. I will send you a link, Melinda. Hold on.
You can get it in Messenger.
All right. Keep going, Michael. I'm not ignoring you.
Oh, see, there's my headphones already. See, told you. They're the two are left at home. The others go to whose concerts?
They go to the Doors
Go to the Doors.
because the one says
Yeah.
she wants to suck Dick Morrison's cock.
Which probably could have happened. And so they go to the Doors, so they're not home. So these the group of three are going to be safe from this intruder. So then we get this intruder who is just real anti-nurse or anti-Catholic. He's anti.
Well, so I just watched this. So he knocks
so
on the
did I.
door and he says he's hurt and he has blood on his face.
Yeah. Well, that's
So-
how he got in. But
So
he
Maria,
charges
who
them
is
for a
the
reason.
sweet Christian girl who stays home, lets him in, and then she's trying to clean him up, and she can't find where he's cut. So he
Yeah.
looks at the other girl, the big girl, and the tray, and he says Maria in the head, and then the other one he knocks her out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then when
Why did
Maria
he
wakes
target-
up,
there's a reason he
he's
targeted
standing
them.
there terrorizing her and gives her a nurse's uniform and asks her to put it on. And we find out later on, hey, baby.
Hi.
Hi.
Sorry, guys. I know we don't care, but I totally apologize because I look like shit. I am
Please,
Melinda?
dying on the inside here.
I'm in bed,
Hey, we're all in quarantine, so we don't care.
welcome,
and I couldn't get out of bed. I wasn't even going to be here.
Oh,
And
everybody.
they're like, just bring your laptop in the bedroom.
Everybody who's watching, this is Melinda,
Yes, this
a
is
friend of the
Melinda.
Snax. Welcome.
I think
Anything
everybody,
to come-
does everybody
Mel-
here know Melinda?
I think
No.
so.
We're doing
If you
this every
don't,
day
you
at 3.
would.
Yeah, we're
We're
doing
doing this every day at 3,
three,
Mel.
Mel.
Every day at 3. So if you want to come on,
5 my time.
every day at 3. Oh yeah, 5 your time.
Yes.
Mhm.
Fine. Okay. And I have to apologize to everybody because I know obviously everybody's got stuff going on, but obviously everybody knows I just had a baby, so
Yeah.
I've been a little
Yay.
out of the loop.
Sure.
But I didn't even know you guys had this channel till I accidentally.
Why do you think
stumbled
I
on
sent
it.
you a message a long time ago? I was trying to get you to come on.
My messenger wasn't working. I had
I know,
to
I should have just
uninstall it.
called you, but I didn't know if you were busy with
Well,
the baby.
Well, no. See, but now my son has figured out how to unlock my phone, and I have 3 locks on my phone. My 2-year-old, he can unlock my phone, so he will just erase my messages,
Oh,
and I'll never see them. I never know they were there, and
Right.
that happened too. So yes.
Well, now you know where to find us.
now you know
Here
where
we
to
are.
find us.
But this makes me so happy because I missed
I
this.
know,
I
me
missed
too.
you guys. I missed
I know,
us
we
doing
missed
our
you,
thing.
We talk about
We've
we
been
talk about you all the time.
for a really
That's
long
why.
time.
Yeah.
Well, I'm here now.
Yay!
Hey, welcome to the Snax. Welcome to the family.
Welcome to Late Night
Welcome back.
Snacks.
All
And I
right,
love
so
the name. I love the name.
Thank you.
we are talking. No, we're talking obviously American Horror Story. We're going one episode at a time.
We're on season 2. We're on episode 2.
Season 2, episode 2.
Home invasion.
We're doing
Oh.
one episode at a time. During quarantine.
Okay. Yeah, I saw yesterday's. I
Yeah.
I caught it after you guys were done.
Right.
Cool.
So we're on, and then Haley looked at the actual killer and
Yes.
said that he killed 8 nurses from his past run-ins.
Wow. All in LA.
I don't know, Kaylee. I was just looking what Kaylee said, and we find out later it's because he had an unfortunate incident with a thermometer and a nurse. What
There you
that
go.
means, I'm not
The
sure.
mercury from the thermometer. That,
Mercury. That's right.
Yeah, it fucked him up.
That's right. Yeah. Kaylee, did they say in that biography that that's what really happened? She let us know.
Well, she looked it up, and I guess there is a nurse killer. So maybe
apparently in Chicago.
And I just so you guys know, I can't see comments because I'm on my phone right now. So
That's
Okay.
fine.
that's okay. We all can.
got
We're
it.
on our
I don't look at them.
well, and
I do.
Dawn and I read them because we definitely want the people, everybody to come in.
right.
So I think we said hi to everybody. We are just so we can make sure Debbie is here. BRT is here. My mouse doesn't want to work in bed.
Yeah, and Miss Buffy
And
is here.
Miss Buffy is here. Hello, Miss Buffy, and our switch
And our
switch.
switch people.
And Kaylee. I think that's it. Okay.
All right. We are on the roll now.
Assholes killing. He knocked everybody out, and then he took the girl and he hog-tied her with her stockings. And she started
Yeah.
praying, and it freaked him out, and she thought he left, but he didn't. And he came back and he fucking killed her with the ice pick. And then he went on to drown the girl upstairs in the bathroom, but we don't learn that until later.
Was it
And
a
then-
knife or a knife? Because I thought it was a knife.
Well, it looked like an ice pick, whatever it was, probably a knife. But she was like, you could tell she kind of was relieved because she was crying,
Yeah.
like sobbing, and then there was like silence. She thought that she scared him away, but that wasn't happening.
Yeah.
So then it goes, and then it cuts back to our time.
Yeah. And
Right.
notice it always just says today. It never gives us an actual date.
And it just says today, and Tate is sitting with Ben, and he's telling him how he wants to have sex with Violet.
Yeah. Oh, it's such a gross scene. It's
He's like, she's a virgin, and they get more wet.
Uh-huh.
And it brings me back to what I was talking about yesterday. Why in the hell, even for anything that happened, even the home invasion, anything, why in the hell is this kid
It's probably
allowed in our house?
They can really make him out to be a sick person, because you kind of like Tate. He looks like Kurt Cobain.
It's
Well,
so
that's
unrealistic, though.
the thing that backfired with Tate, is that you weren't supposed to like Tate with all the stuff that he does.
Yeah, because he does.
But yet people love him. I mean, he's one of the most revered characters of the series.
Right. And if they go back and they listen to this conversation that he had with Ben about what he wanted to do to Violet, it's gross. It's really. And so I think that's why Ryan put it in there, but I think people forgot about it because it's like the very beginning of the second one. And at the end, and later on in this episode, he actually saves their ass. He saves them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I still would have been pissed. I mean, why is this crazy fucker in our house? Period. I don't care if he saved him or not.
Well,
like,
that's what Ben did. Is he called Constance and said, "I can't treat your son anymore."
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So in the meantime, his phone is ringing off the hook.
Yes.
And it's the chick from Boston. I forgot her name. You know what? This is actually is the only character I'm really not crazy about. This character.
Hayden.
I
love Hayden. She's great.
I don't know.
I hated Hayden. I didn't like that character at all.
Me neither. And I like Mara Rooney. I guess because she's just so like, come on, girl, get your act together. Yeah. This is a married guy with a family who moved 3,000 miles away. Yeah. He doesn't want your ass.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we all know Ben is gross.
Yeah. Well, see, what I like about this Hayden stuff is it just really reiterates how gross Ben is.
Yeah.
I mean, they did not hide the fact that we were supposed to hate Ben.
Well, yeah, and even when they bring him back in Apocalypse, it's like you still don't like him.
You still don't like him.
Gross.
You find more reasons not to.
Yeah.
All right, so she tells him she's pregnant and she needs an abortion.
Which is the exact mirror of the end of the previous episode. They said that I'm pregnant the same way. It's like this, she said I'm pregnant, the show ended. She said I'm pregnant, the credits started. So it was a real crazy mirror of each other.
Mm-hmm. So he makes an excuse about someone who tried to commit suicide that he treated in Boston, and she's in bed, and he's the only one that she can that can help him. Right. So he leaves.
And this is all because Larry told him he had to lie to her in order.
Yes,
Then in the meantime, I'm sorry. Matter of fact, Dawn, you do this part when he's running and he meets Larry in the tunnel and looks like Santa Monica or something to me.
Yeah, he's basically running. He's trying to forget the fact that he cheated on his wife and doesn't want her to find out. All this stuff is running through his head. Little does he know Larry's following right behind him. And
he's just freaked out about the pregnancy thing. I think
about the whole pregnancy
thing. Thought it was behind him.
And Larry shows up and says, you're basically just going to have to suck it up, and you're going to have to lie. You're going to have to lie to her, straight to her face, and go do what needs to be done. And
now, is this Larry? There's two questions that I had this episode about the intentions of people. Number one, is Larry's intention right here? Is he trying to fuck with Ben to get him out of the house? To ruin his life?
He's getting ready to blackmail him.
Yeah, so he's trying to get Ben out of the way.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. And then
he has this huge plan that is not going to work to try to get Constance back.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Constance is trying to get Violet. Is Constance trying to get Violet out of the way? Or is Constance trying to get Violet to Tate in the afterlife? Because
I think she's trying to get him away because it takes away from her time with Tate.
Yeah,
that's why she puts the epic hack.
Would know that if Violet died and Violet died in the house, Violet would be with Tate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but she didn't give her something to kill her. She gave her something to make her sick.
Yeah, but if you ingest enough of that, it'll still kill you.
She knew it's gonna cause internal bleeding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because I don't think she wants her to be there with him because her big thing
either.
is that it takes away from her time with him.
Right. I didn't either. That's why I kind of questioned her intentions there because I was like, why are you trying to hurt her? If she dies in the house, you know she'll stay there.
Because that's not what she's thinking. She's just thinking she wants to hurt. She's not thinking that far ahead.
Right.
Because Constance is a fucking lunatic.
But we
She is. She's crazy.
She's crazy. She's good crazy. I mean, she's a great actress. You know, from the very first time she walked through that door.
Yeah, I forgot about the abuse this season with Addie.
From the very first.
Yeah, that was horrible.
That was horrible.
Very Carrie. There's a lot of Carrie.
Yeah, it was very Carrie. You're right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Kaylee didn't realize. I didn't realize how much I hated him until I started hanging out with all you guys either. I mean, I didn't like him, but I was kind of whatever.
Yeah. We don't like Ben here at all.
You reap what you sow.
I'm not fun Tate anymore either. Tate's really rubbed me the wrong way.
Well, Tate is. That's what he's not supposed to like Tate.
Yeah, good.
But in this episode, it's very mixed because in this episode he comes out a hero.
Well, look at the response.
How many people actually love him, and he's like one of the worst characters ever.
Look at the response to him going into pre-apocalypse. All anybody ever talks about for a murder house was they wanted Tate to get back with Violet. Don't leave Tate alone. Poor Tate, poor Tate, poor Tate. Tate's gross. Tate is evil.
But he's tortured because of what happened.
Yeah, well, true.
I'm not agreeing, but what I'm saying is people probably can relate in a certain way because he was so fucked up by his mother having all this response.
Not only his mother, remember, I believe I know they mention it in Murder House, but when they do Apocalypse, I believe they mention something about it that, then the question comes up, was it really Tate or was it the house?
That's true.
Yeah,
they do
yeah.
And also then his other brother,
we
never
house.
We never see his other brother who's chained up.
But the other brother's well, Bo. We saw a little bit of Bo. We just know he's physically deformed and basically an animal.
Let's not get started on the siblings because then we're going to start the whole Rose debate.
No,
we're not there yet. Let's not.
What I meant was that's why they probably have empathy for him, and he seems to want to do the right thing. He just doesn't know quite how to do it because he's too screwed up. He can't.
And it's that whole shipping mentality of millennials. I'm telling you, they want somebody to get together. They want a little couple. They want a couple to root for.
Move down a little. We can't see your head. There we go.
There was your couple.
There we go. There we go.
Murder House was Tate and Violet. People wanted to ship them so bad.
I just don't understand that whole thing.
I don't either.
I mean, I know she's supposed to be like the goth girl and all that stuff and all broody and miserable and whatnot, but
speaking of her, we're getting up to the next scene after the Larry business. Then we have Violet and the girl in the skate park, and this again kind of reiterates the fact that
was a whole worthless character, if I might say.
That's what we were saying yesterday.
Yeah, we were saying that yesterday.
Yeah,
they wanted to do something with that, and it just didn't develop. And then they were like, "Oh, we forgot to write her out. We'll just leave it in because it fits with this."
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's like you've got this one girl who is terrorized by what happened. We just believe you got Violet. Huh?
We don't see her again to find out what happened to her or where she's at.
Doesn't she come back in one more episode after this one?
So she comes back one more time, and then we don't see her again.
And then Violet's just so unbothered.
I think her parents send her away to a boarding camp or something because she's so freaked out.
Because she has to get the pills first before the.
I just think that it just keeps reiterating over and over how poorly Violet is written as a character, because it's just this girl. You have two extremes that were in the same room dealing with the same situation. They should have come to a happy medium about the whole reaction to the whole thing, because Violet's just completely unbothered.
Hi. What's up?
What's up, little man?
Say hi, everybody.
What's your name?
What's up, little man?
What's your name?
Violet did give us a reaction in this episode. We'll talk about it later, but
Yeah.
right at the end of this, she gave us one look from the girl, which she says, "Do you believe in the devil?" And the girl said yes, and Violet says, "No, I don't." And then she says, the girl made some other comment, and then Violet's eyes just got like she put two and two together and was just like, "Oh my god, wait a minute, something's really
No,
Yeah,
wrong."
she's like, we saw the devil. I remember his eyes. I remember his fangs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so she connects there, at least.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
So then is when the invasion happens, right?
The strange. Well, no, because we got the cupcakes. All the cupcakes first.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Then there's the cupcakes
with
With,
Addie and
with
she
Addie.
involving Addie spitting the cupcakes, and it's all part of the abuse. She's teaching her daughter how to do this. We get the introduction to the pretty girl thing with the cupcakes, with Addie wanting to be a pretty girl. It kind of leads into the abuse a little bit later on. Oh, I love Addie so much. Oh God,
I love her.
And then we got all the therapy first with the strangers with the with the cutting in half and the elevator scene.
And by the way, her name is Bianca. Bianca or yeah.
Is she in another one? She looks so familiar. That blonde girl who was there in the beginning.
Yes. Oh, that's what I was going to say about the beginning was these ensemble actors that they have been casting for this season and for the other seasons just goes to show you their casting department are top notch for this show. I mean, these ensemble C-list, one scene like the two nurses in the beginning, or the killer in the beginning, or this Bianca, these strangers, they're top notch. I mean, it's really incredible work that these guys are doing.
But the girl who is the part of the ringleader of the people who come back, she looks so familiar. Was she in another one?
The burglars you're talking about?
Yeah. The blonde one who was sitting there talking about being cut in half.
IMDb is your friend. Let me look at that.
I know who you're talking about, but I don't recognize her. But the dark-haired girl, I recognize her.
I can't figure out where she's from.
I will tell you. Hold on one second. I'll tell you.
Anybody out there know? So while you're doing that, I'm just going to read all of our comments so we get. Oh, BRT says congratulations, Melinda. We're happy to see you back. Kaylee says now that she has her own daughter, Tate is disgusting. Yes. And then PRT says I got the feeling that Violet was initially a short role and they developed her last minute, not really seeing the end result altogether. That's true. Maybe she really just killed herself and moved on.
Maybe, yeah, absolutely.
And I think we are up to date.
Yep.
Are you outside?
Me?
Yeah, you look like you had flowers.
I am. No, I'm in my bathroom. I'm redoing my bathroom.
Oh, and I thought, how nice to be outside. I was going to actually stream from outside, but it's
outside.
Bianca was in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 2 and 3. She was in The Magician. She was in show Castle, a movie called Hux.
Maybe I saw her in Castle.
How to Get Away with Murder.
Scandal. Okay.
All these TV shows, CSI New York. So she's
she wasn't in another American Horror Story.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
She looks like somebody who could have gotten killed, like a counselor in 1984 or something. To me.
Possible.
Yeah, it's very, very possible. Let me wait. Hold on. Let me say how many videos.
Okay, I'm gonna have to step away for 1 sec.
Oh, the same way they used to have it.
Boris, talk to the people.
Boris. Hi, Boris.
Yeah. Oh wait, here we go. Okay. Oh.
All right.
So, remember their episodes anymore.
So we are now up to Constance and the cupcakes. Correct?
Yeah, so Constance and the cupcakes. She's putting Epicac syrup in there, and she's telling Addie to spit in it. Also telling Addie she'll never be a pretty girl because it's just how the fate dealt her, and
yeah.
It is. And,
I hated that whole scene. I hated it.
I know.
Well, especially with what follows up afterwards. It's just like, oh, God.
Yeah.
It's so brutal. But this whole episode we've been leading to these. Basically, we're having an episode of The Strangers. Is really what it's about. And there's a lot of other horror references that were in this episode, like we said, Carrie, and some Amityville horror stuff with all the doors opening and stuff in the beginning. So once again, real classic down to earth, just pure horror that they're presenting us. But we get to the Strangers, and around this time, the Strangers was big, wasn't it? Wasn't this the same kind of year that all the
Yeah,
Strangers was?
the movie came out and everything. I think you're right, because
think,
it's
yeah.
very similar and reminiscent of that.
Oh yeah. So this is, for me, that scenario is like my ultimate fear.
Yeah,
To have somebody just in your house, quietly, just stalking in your house, like not chasing after you, just quietly in your house. And when that happened to me,
that was based on a true story.
yes, when that happened to me, it changes your life. I mean, absolutely, just completely freaking. You don't feel safe anymore. You don't feel right in your head for a long time, and so that fear that they release with the Strangers and preying on people and stuff is a really big fear to lots and lots and lots of people. So they were really right to capitalize on this type of episode, because there's nothing more unsettling about not being safe in your own personal environment.
Yeah.
Whether it be a break-in or an intruder, or like when it happened to me, I woke up and I looked up, and standing in a dark hallway was another person just standing there staring at me, and it was absolutely completely terrifying. The whole big story was that this kid was just as scared as I was. It was some kid strung up on drugs, happened to wander in the house, and he was freaked out. He was frightened. But it's that fear of the unknown, that fear of the space being invaded. So I only can watch the Strangers movie like once every year just to remind myself the terror is real, because it's so haunting to me.
I don't watch stuff like that. It freaks me out. I can't sleep.
This just standing out staring into your window, that right outside your home, that stuff freaks me out too. So the whole doorbell thing to this, and this goes to talk about this fucking coronavirus shit and all this home quarantine. I guess there was a report somewhere in Southern California that people were going to doors and knocking on people's doors and saying that they had information on home testing kits, and then robbing people.
There's a lot of that going around right now.
I just told my husband last night, actually. I said, they're starting to tell people to close up, don't go out, all that. I said, but there's going to be some fucking idiots, because I watched pictures today of people filled on beaches and out in the desert taking pictures, and hundreds of people, and they're not taking it serious. And I said, remember that whole clown epidemic we had where people were dressing up as clowns all across the country and scaring people? It's going to be shit like that. Or people are going to be pulling pranks and try to get YouTube views, and they're going to walk up to somebody with a spray bottle, pretend to sneeze on them, and somebody's going to fucking die.
Yeah. It will be stupid shit like that that's going to happen. Absolutely.
And that's sad. That's so sad.
I mean, and we're basically here right now to give everyone else
a respite,
a sense of entertainment, because everybody's at home.
Right.
Going stir crazy. So we wanted to give them something else to talk about, at least something to look forward to. So that's why we're doing this.
Yeah.
Right.
These thoughts and these things just go through your head. It's like all this craziness that people are messing with. And it's just it's topical to everything that we're looking at. So again, just be with intruders and stuff. For a person that's gone through it, is you do not know. This is how I say. We can talk about gun control for forever or crazy shit like that. But in the moment,
no, I have video cameras outside the house.
In that second of a moment, you have no idea how you're going to react. I always thought that I would get killed, because I always thought that I would freak out and just spaz out because I'm so scared of it. I froze. Right. The whole world, the entire world around me felt like I was underwater. And like everything was just, you couldn't hear nothing. It was just like, it was that much fear. It felt like I was in black.
People don't talk about, they say fight or flight, but there's a third, and it's freeze. And that is a very real thing.
That is exactly what I went through. I went through, nothing seemed real. It seemed like an LSD trip. And so you never know how and that was, I didn't think that I was going to go through that. I had never had that interpretation. And that's how I reacted. And it was my dog, the little dog, as you guys heard yesterday, barking at everything. He didn't even bark. He froze too. And it was just like, you never know. So it's a crazy, crazy thing. So, this whole, I'm going to do this. If this intruder comes to my house, I'm going to do this.
You never know you don't know what you're going to do unless it
happens. Yeah.
No warning, especially like my situation. I woke up, my eyes open, and they were standing right there. So it's like,
no, thank you.
It's terrible. But again, in retrospect, it was sad on his part. He was just as scared. He didn't know what was happening. You know, so there's a bigger story to everything. And again, some people are violent, like these. What we're talking about, American Horror Story. These people came in here to hurt these people and to
It
kill
was
these
very
people for their
Manson-ish.
love of a crime.
It was very Manson-ish. They were
Oh yeah,
reenacting.
yeah.
They were reenacting, and they said this guy did it way before Charlie Manson even did it.
We're trying to.
So they even made a reference to Manson.
Yeah, they were saying that they were paying tribute to Manson by doing this.
Yeah.
And so, okay, so Debbie says Constance or Addie is a witch. And BRT said, I never gave much thought to Addie being a witch. See, I don't know what Constance is, but if she was a witch, she would make her situation better. She's the most fucking miserable person in the world.
That's the thing. She's selfish and she's miserable.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but yeah, you think that, but look at witches. I mean, even if we look at cartoons, animated, you have like Snow White's evil stepmother who was the witch and gave her the poison apple. Like she wanted to better her life. Yeah, she was a queen and everything else, but she was miserable and she wasn't the fairest of all. And it's like even when you know you are and you have this power, it's not enough. You don't have still what you want.
But if Addie was the witch, if Addie was the witch and Constance knew it, then that might have been part of how she tried to get her to spit in things, and from when she was a little girl, don't go in there, they're going to kill you.
Yeah, because and she could have done the thing she did too to stifle her powers if she knew she was
right.
Because and I always wondered about the spitting in the thing, like and they never touch on it again. Like why? What for? Like was it just to be mean? Because you could have spit in it yourself. So what's the difference?
Why would you ask her to?
I mean, with all the connections and stuff, it's fun to think to participate in the whole connection.
And when a witch does something like she does later on when she becomes Fiona, she spits in glasses of her people so they can forget.
Sure.
But on the surface level, we take all the connections, all the witches and stuff out of it. The psychological, the abuse stuff is that Constance is involving Addie, so that Constance feels that what she's doing is more of a life lesson to her kids. This is how you get back. This is how you take care of yourself. This is whatever. Right. It's passing off some of the blame, some of the guilt to another party.
Yeah,
which is more of the abuse.
Very narcissistic.
Because she told her earlier, I was going to bring you a pie, but Addie spits in everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. She has a tendency to spit in everything.
So it's not my fault she spit in it. Yeah. Like to stop her from doing it.
Teaching her and telling her to do it.
Yeah. That's true.
But as we find out, that cupcake plays a pivotal role in the way.
I know. The cupcake plays a pivotal role.
Yep.
Yes, and we get to see Violet being her usual goth, bitchy, whiny kid.
One of the best Connie Britton moments ever, though, was when Connie Britton challenged her in that bedroom during that scene, where she's like, "Just tell me about it. Just go ahead, just tell me." Which it was such a great moment of Connie Britton's classic Connie Britton.
And then she put the cupcake out in the hallway. I thought that was beautiful. It's like
because she didn't want her to eat it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's not forget that when before this happened, because we got out of sync. So they're home. Ben is seeing the people, and then he has to go to Boston. And then Constance comes over, probably to steal more silverware, and brings over the cupcakes. And then she smells that she's pregnant.
Yep.
Yes. Well, she also says something to Ben. She knows what Ben is up to, because she tells Ben at the end of that scene. What the hell did she say to him when after sniffing for the baby and everything? Oh God, she said something really poignant to Ben about like what you're doing or something or other. I don't remember, but yeah. So Constance
knew she was pregnant. So like I don't know. Constance is not. I don't think she's is totally human.
There's a lot of old wives' tales too, though, where like older women will tell you, "You're pregnant, aren't you? Like I can see it, I know it, I can smell it." Like you hear it a lot, and like your mother may see
pheromones.
She can see the ghosts and stuff too, like Billie Jean can, where other people can't.
Right.
Yeah,
all of them, just like Addie.
Yeah, like when they're in the house, like when Addie's in the house, she can see everybody. She sees the twins, she sees Bo, she sees, so and Constance can as well. So it's very interesting that if we watched Murder House like through Constance's eyes, what's really happening in the house. What's going on with the house? Who knows who she's communing with?
Because she always shows up at like a moment, like to stop Ben from blowing it up. Maybe one of the ghosts reached out to her. Ben, it's not your time. Let's see here. Debbie says, I have a whole list of reasons why they're witches or carry the witch gene. The sniff is a clue. They're related to DeLomfrey, and Mimi DeLomfrey was a Supreme.
That's what I thought. I always thought that they were going to bring the DeLomfreys back into this.
Are they from Virginia?
Huh?
The
DeLomfreys?
Constance is from Virginia.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep. And she warns Ben of the fire. Yeah. So there's something not worldly happening. Later on when we see the witches have all this power, I figured if Constance was a full-on witch, she would have put a curse on somebody and got the house. There was so many things that she could have done. But we know something's going on. Hey, it's talking about the Supreme.
What's up, Mother Spring?
The Supreme has entered.
I just talked about the Supreme, and there you are.
Woo!
What's up, lady? So,
okay, so we're halfway through episode 2.
Let's go back to this constant. I want to touch on this constant shit a little bit more. So if we're saying we're going with the whole Constance witch thing, and she should have done something or could have prevented something, maybe she didn't do anything because of the jeopardy for the spirits of her children that's in the house.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many. Excuse me. There's so many things it could be. So, Mary says you look good and healthy. Hope you're feeling well.
Yes.
I'm hanging in there. I'm going to stay healthy. I'm not getting this mess.
Yeah. We've all self-quarantined ourselves for that reason.
That's right. I'm taking it dead serious. Mind over matter. However, my hand is really bad today. Really bad.
Stream from the bed. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, we're the ones who told you to do that. Just
I know.
No one's gonna care.
I know. I was just gonna put.
We're all keeping each other company. That's what we're doing.
A little hoodie. Where are you going? Oh,
he's not going anywhere.
So,
Belinda's having a cigarette.
So
I'm taking you with me.
She sniffs out the baby. She tells Ben something or other. I forget what the hell she told him. If anybody knows, go back and look. She gives him a little one line, which is pretty. And then Ben takes off for Boston.
Yep.
And then we got this whole double thing going on. You got Vivian and Violet getting ready to get in some trouble. You got Constance abusing Addie and the whole boyfriend. And then you have Ben screwing around with what's her face.
Ooh, Travis. Yes, more Travis.
Travis. Good old dumbass Travis.
More Travis.
Travis.
We like Travis.
Yeah, we like Travis.
He's funny.
And cute. And the fact that he's not into
This is what I question. What does she have to offer him? What?
He is one of these rare guys who sees someone for who they are, not what they look like.
Well, not necessarily. There's a lot of guys, who have this old lady fetish where they like older women. But then you also think the whole cougar thing, because she wasn't like old. I mean, looking wise anyway. You know what I mean?
Because they have more experience and they're looking for
that money.
Yeah.
She didn't have money. She didn't have an insight to Hollywood. She didn't have any of that mess. So she had nothing to give him. So it had to be a sexual thing for him.
Oh, okay. So just Debbie just brought something up that was really interesting. She gave her sage.
Yeah.
Yes.
Clean the house.
In the first episode, yeah.
And the proud Virginian of the Old Dominion reappears as a brand of whiskey in Coven.
But she gave her the sage knowing that it wouldn't work, because she gave it to her to tell her that the guys, she could get rid of the spirits of the guys because they wanted to see the baby.
Well, she just said it stinks in here. Let's clean out do the cleansing. But to even know to do that is not somebody normal. Well, I mean, I know that, but
yeah.
Put Kaylee's comment up. About. I truly don't think this is my blood, y'all. Proud, my blood. My girl. She's gonna come on the show. Did you see her comment?
Proud Virginian of the Old Dominion.
No. Kelly's comment. I truly don't think AHS was connected until fans wanted it to be connected. I think the season 1 connections were coincidence and afterthoughts.
Yes, I agree. I totally agree.
Definitely your blood.
Yes, exactly. The Rosemary's Baby thing is so creepy, but we're not there yet. But we'll talk about that when she starts giving her all that weird shit to eat.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
We're not
Because
there.
I've seen Rosemary's Baby a lot. I mean,
Oh,
that
yeah.
I don't know why, because I'm not even a horror person, but I don't know why I saw that movie so many times.
So far, we've had The Strangers, Carrie, Amityville Horror. What was else in the pilot? So a lot of old classic pure horror that
horror.
been really strongly referenced.
Poltergeist, maybe
Yeah,
with the little girl, with the girl watching the stuff that the other people can't see.
yeah. People under the stairs, maybe a little bit. The whole a lot of haunted house movies, a lot of haunted house kind of stuff in the very beginning. Especially with they're establishing shots of the house every time we see the house from the outside. That is so classic horror. Where every time you see a haunted house, they have that kind of up look of a little bit of the house and just across the street.
Yeah,
view.
I know. It's just that whenever I see it, I start thinking of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So
Yeah, didn't they use that as a house in that?
it was in season 4, episode 1.
Episode 1.
Because you guys were talking about EJ yesterday. So last night I watched his review. EJ Marino's favorite favorite TV show of all time is Buffy.
Uh-huh.
And he broke down the seasons and which one were his favorite ones and what to watch and things like that. But Buffy kind of started all this stuff now. I mean, if you take that show and you put it all the way to American Horror Story and everything in between and the Vampire Diaries and the Twilight movies, Buffy was before all that stuff. And it kind of, I think, inspired. And I know we all have time, you guys go back and watch Buffy.
I've never seen it, and I would like to because there's
on Hulu.
I'm really
all the 7 seasons are on Hulu.
Are they?
Yes, and then you can watch Angel right after, which is connected to it. The best. You talk about character development.
Okay.
Buffy
Kaylee
and Spike and Drusilla. Oh my God.
Kaylee, we got a challenge. We got to rewatch Buffy. We're on today. Call me. That's my TV girl.
All right, where did we leave off, guys? Because
the invasion's getting ready to happen. They're going to show up at the
when
front
the
door.
people came in and what was how the ghosts are going to help them.
Yeah.
What?
When they actually became
The front door.
Because she got into a fight with Violet.
What?
Yeah,
because she gets freaked out, locks the door.
Yeah,
Tate locks the door.
Told Violet to make sure they get down to the basement so he can help them. Remember?
Right. Well, because what happened is she ran up and then Violet's like, "What's wrong now?" And she's like, "Go in your room, shut the door." And then I guess when Bianca was casing the joint earlier, she saw the back door and they came in the back door.
Yeah. Because she already got both of the cell phones.
Because they were all tied up in the living room, and that's where they broke free.
Yeah. Well, Viv was in the living room.
Yeah. Violet was there
and Violet is upstairs.
No, they had Violet downstairs with her. They were holding her.
Originally, yeah, and then they took her upstairs to the bathroom to the tub. That's where Violet got smart and said it's a different tub, blah, blah, blah. And that's where Tate shows up in the basement with the whole tub thing. But the work that the two of them did together to get out of the situation in separate rooms doing separate things was really ingenious. It was really cool how they. Both of the women were very much mother and daughter, very much in sync about what was going on. Really, really intelligent on top of the game. I don't know if I could have ever reacted that way. I don't know if I ever could do this.
Well, and I think that this is where Tate is with Violet is like get them to the basement, so that the real nurses can kill them. The real nurse ghosts can kill these people.
They get their revenge finally after all these years.
But then you have Addie who shows up that they think Addie's going to save them, and she goes to tell Constance, and Constance locks her in a room full of mirrors.
Oh God, it's just that scene. Jamie Brewer in that scene is just phenomenal. That's some
I agree.
I love her so much.
There is so much going on. Now I know you can't see the comments, Mel, but Mary says how beautiful you look. New mothers always do.
Oh, please. That's because of low lighting.
No, we love you, Mel.
Thank you.
So I just want to, because I know she can't read them, and I want to make sure we read everybody's comments that are here today. Such a good group of people.
I keep forgetting.
No, mine are right on my right. It's really where I can get to them very easily. So I'm happy to do that if you guys don't mind me interrupting.
I'm short attention span. You know me. But yeah, so the invasion happens, and the brilliance of the mother-daughter team Addie trying to help, can't help. And I thought it was really sensitive of Addie as well, that even though Addie's constantly in this house, even though Addie's constantly screwed around, and I don't think Addie really knows the difference between the ghosts and the humans. She knows that they're separate, but she wants everybody just to kind of commune together.
Yep.
That's all he's trying to say is, and she knows the dangers. She's like so on the forefront of the dangers.
I think Addie knows the difference between them because remember, like in the pilot, in one of the opening scenes, when we see the very young Addie with the twins, and she says, "You're going to die in there." Like she already knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's very.
Yeah, I think she knows the difference, and I think she thinks it's funny. It's like her little secret. She always kind of like laughs to herself.
Yeah. Because she gets to see everything. She gets to be in tune with it all. But for her to be that sensitive and know that when this guy showed up at the house, there's some bad shit going on over there. And she cared about Vivian and Violet at that time. She said she wanted to help them. She's like, there's a bad man over there. We got to help because she knows of death that could happen in that house.
And then Constance locks her in the closet.
God, it's
with the mirrors to stare at herself and how ugly she is. That is just so.
Well, and that's only the iceberg. I know. With who knows what else. If we just looked at a story, just a full hour of their lives together, what else kind of crazy shit Constance did to those kids?
Yeah, that's true.
You know, it's horrible, absolutely horrible.
You know, because the only thing Constance cares about right now is Travis. So
yeah, exactly. She's gonna get late. You know.
We were just talking about that. Mary says she wonders if Addie was a witch or had witch tendencies. Yeah, we were just discussing with Debbie whether Constance was a witch, Addie was a witch, or Constance knew Addie was a witch, and she kind of like manipulated her power a little bit.
Both of them are witches.
Could be.
Or maybe I think Constance was cursed by somebody.
See, I would like to believe that story more. I would like to go down that avenue more than ever be connecting everybody to the witches, because I think Constance, the tragedy of Constance is she's paying the price for something. You know, with all of her children being fucked up in one way or the other.
But she's a witch who doesn't have a lot of power. I mean, like I said, I thought she would kill them all if she could.
Maybe she was powerful at one point, but like she says a lot, she gave up her dreams for her children to have her dreams of showbiz and everything. So maybe
she said she had a cursed womb, so that's why I'm thinking maybe somebody got pissed because of something that she did.
Maybe she abused her power, and a lot of times when you abuse your power, you lose your power.
Remember, Addie was first. Addie's the oldest. And so she had basically a Down syndrome child right in the midst of her dreams and going for her Hollywood stuff.
I thought Chloe was the oldest.
Oh, Addie's the oldest.
Huh.
I thought Bo was the oldest.
Bo was the oldest.
No, I thought Addie was. Are you sure?
Bo's the oldest.
She said I first had the Mongoloid.
Isn't Addie younger than
Paige? Mongoloid is Addie. That's Mongoloid. That's Down syndrome. That's what you used to call
it. I thought the Mongoloid was Bo and the
Mongoloid is
that's Addie. When she says Mongoloid, she's talking about Addie.
Okay.
And that's what she said in this episode, that she had the Mongoloid first.
I don't know. She talks about her cursed womb. Like maybe she must have done something. Actually, Mary says that's a fucking incredible idea. Constance was cursed. I mean, we know that she has some kind of power happening. Maybe she was a witch. Maybe she did something wrong and the council cursed her.
Yeah, that's perfect because I never thought about that. But she does. She say her womb is cursed.
Yeah, she does.
Why would she use the word curse specifically? I mean, I understand in the context why you would say it, but why would she use that word specifically?
It may, could have just been a character, or it could be this. They wanted someone to think that she had some kind of mystical thing happening at one time. I mean,
well, they obviously they want us to believe that the Constance, even without the witches, even without any other seasons, for this season specifically,
was something mystical.
Constance has some sort of intuition. She knew when Ben was freaking out in the house. She knew to bring Sage to the house. She knows she can see the other ghosts. She knew, of the pregnancy, so she has some sort of new different sight. So there is something special about her. And the fact when we get to Sarah Paulson's character and they start communicating with each other, Constance believes everything that Billie Jean's telling her because Constance has seen it all. She knows it's there. She knows her.
Maybe she's clairvoyant.
Yeah,
maybe
Possibly,
maybe
yeah.
that's what she is. I mean, yes, Debbie said she's always going to stick that she's a witch.
Yeah.
But I think if she was, they took some power away and just left her like, you know how, I mean, and we all find this out, you know, later on down the road, but maybe she was a clairvoyant and she could see a lot, or maybe there's something that makes it where she can communicate like Billie Jean does when Billie Jean is it Billie Jean? I'm saying her name wrong. Billie Dean. Billie Jean. She can communicate, and so can Constance. So Constance has some kind of connection. Maybe she was a clairvoyant. You know how some of the witches can.
Yeah.
We don't know any of this because we've never seen it. This is like,
Here's another thought.
2 seasons down the road. Just
Right.
based on this one episode, you're thinking maybe there's something. You know, there's something more to her.
Well, if we want to play down the rabbit hole, play connections forever, who's to say that she wasn't set up by somebody destined to always raise the Antichrist? Because all of her children were failures, and she had to live through all of these failures of all these children to learn how to deal with something so evil that when it comes to Michael, she's ready.
Oh yeah, no, somebody definitely set her up.
Because
For
all
sure.
of her children were born with some kind of a deformity or
Up to evil,
except for Tate.
and then he was the evil one.
Yeah, but Tate's fucking crazy.
Yeah, we know
You just
that.
can't see his. He's got a deformity. You just don't see it.
That's because Tate's a psychopath.
Yeah, but it's like teaching concepts. It's like an on-the-job training. Teaching.
And I'm
her-
sure that none of this was set up when they did the show.
No, of course not.
Of course not.
And when they did the witches, they did the Virginia thing. I mean, you know, that's where
Right.
she was from.
There's some great stuff here that they can go back
And
to.
they had to kind of put it together after the fact.
Right.
So maybe whoever it was looked for things, because unless he had the first 3 seasons all done in the beginning and just put little peppers in there, not
the
a
first
whole.
connection that he made was in season 4.
You could put them just a little bit like referencing each other without doing it like they did, you know, in the other season that we'll talk about much
Correct me
later.
if I'm wrong, though. Correct me if I'm wrong. His interview.
I need to say something really quick before we forget. For everybody who's watching right now, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and also hit the bell so you don't miss anything that we're talking about, because we're going to be here for a long time talking about every episode of
the end of the world.
Horror Story. So
Because plague kills us all.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to thumbs up, smash, like, subscribe, comment, cuss us out, whatever. But what was I going to say?
I'm going to jump down that rabbit hole with my rope, tie it around your neck and your waist, and pull your ass back up. We're not all going to die.
Yes.
My God.
We're too fucking mean to die.
That's right.
I was supposed to.
No,
I was going to say something.
right?
Dawn and I are too nice.
I forgot now.
Oh.
Oh well.
Okay, so
I remember.
we have 8 minutes. We have to finish the episode.
In the original interview, if I'm wrong, I'll have to look at the bonus features for Freak Show, because you know I dissected that shit to death.
Yep.
In the original interview for Freak Show, I think Ryan had originally said somewhere that the connection with Pepper was brought back because they loved the character so much and loved her that they wanted to give her something to do. So it wasn't about connection; it was about that actress and that character specifically.
Yeah.
Constance Langdon is the mother of.
The bottom line is we're never going to know unless we have to have lunch with lunch of us has lunch with Ryan Murphy, and I doubt he'll even tell us, even if
I
he
know.
We'll set her up.
Well, even if none of it was ever meant to be connected and we found everything, he's gonna be like, oh yeah, that's what I meant to do.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Well, or they're writing the same things. There's bound to be a little bit, in the back of their head that kind of comes to mind when they're writing all these stories. I'm sure there's going to be little things.
Well, I'm waiting since they're going to work on 10 now, and obviously production on everything has stopped. But I'm interested to see, because Ryan Murphy's really good with current events and things like that. So I'm interested to see how they might possibly throw in this pandemic.
Oh, they will.
I don't.
They will.
Oh yeah, they might not do it in 10. They might wait till 11.
Right away, but they will.
The apocalypse took place in April 2020 in the show.
Yeah, that's true.
Pretty
I didn't realize that till he brought it up the other day.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It was like,
Yeah.
So where's Mallory when you need her? I need Mallory in that damn car.
We do need her now. We do need that weird time travel shit. I don't care if she's driving an Escalade.
Run over that fool who ate the bat, and let's be done with it.
We need her to reset the timeline again, peeps.
All right.
Okay,
so we got the strangers. They broke in the house. Women are separated. They're using their intuition. They're working together to get out of it. It's really, really cool how they do it. Addie's in there being tortured by mirrors. Constance is getting laid, and then what?
And then
What's true?
Okay.
And then they kill the intruders.
Yeah.
They lower them into the back into the basement. The two girls, and then the two nurses who were killed, who they're trying to imitate, kill them, which is revenge. Karma's a bitch, and the name is their name is whoever it is gonna kill your ass. So the girls are dead, and how does the guy die? Honestly, I fell asleep in the middle of watching.
He ends up going back down to the basement, and they end up killing him down there.
They kill him too.
Yeah.
So then, Constance,
Tate, and Moira.
You're gonna clean up
downstairs.
Here's a question for you. Here's the question that I had at the end of this episode. You got the cops in the house interviewing the three of the Harmons, and they're saying what happened, blah, 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 right? Why didn't anybody inspect this house? You had blood all over the walls, dead people down in the basement, all this craziness.
They buried the bodies. They got rid of the bodies. Remember?
Don't you remember? She said you get the bleach because Moira cleans up all the messes.
The Harmons called the cops right away. They were able to clean up all of that mess.
They had to get rid of the bodies, otherwise Tate wouldn't have been able to be treated. Had they found the bodies and so on and so forth.
You're just supposed to go with.
So it's like after all the carnage happened, the three of them were together talking, and she's like, "Okay, we got to do this again." And Moira's like, "Yeah, I'll get the bleach."
Yeah,
the next day.
Was you get the shovel, I'll get the bleach.
Yes.
Yeah. When did the cops come?
Because Moira says she was always cleaning it up. It must have been before they got there.
That's crazy to me. That's just. I mean,
it was just one person. After they did that scene.
I mean, because what's her face done threw up and bled all over the damn place upstairs, and she's smearing the walls with everything, and they would have to repaint the walls and all that shit. The cops never.
Well, they move quick. They say that the ghosts move faster. Like you can't. I don't know. Who knows? All I know is that it was like, okay, great. Now it's fucked up, and I got the whole point is Moira's always like, I always clean up the mess,
and I'm always cleaning up the mess.
I'm always cleaning up the mess.
Well, good thing that happened in this episode was the fact that it ended on the fact that that Vivian says, "No, we're selling this house.
We're selling this house."
Because that's finally realistic to something that if
right. And then she goes to Ben, and Ben says,
"Yeah, if any of us have gone through something like that, it's like, how in the hell do you live? Do you maintain living in a place like that? When you have that kind of carnage going on around you, and you find out this the murder capital of the world is in this house. I'd be like, you dumbass white people, you sitting there, okay, well, let's just stay another night. No, I'm gone. Pack your bags, let's go.
Go Motel 6.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever. They got family. What's her face? His sister was out there in what?
Yeah, I would be so out of there so fucking fast.
Yeah. Especially she's pregnant. She's pregnant. It's like I would have been like, based on the last birth and then miscarriage, I'd been, we're going tonight. We are leaving tonight. But at least she did say,
we're selling the house. Because he
and then he said, "Oh, maybe we can swing a studio apartment somewhere." And she's like, "We can't live in a studio apartment." It's like they're giving you the reasons why they're staying, and it's not enough.
But still, it's like
it's not enough. You know how much it would take for me? I would sell everything I own on my back to not be in a house. I would just.
I could see Ben's excuses. Because number one, he hasn't been witness to any of this. I think he's just he can downplay it in his own mind, and I can even see freaking little goth girl Violet that her excuses or whatever. But for Vivian, and they do show her leave at some point in the season. She does get up and go. She goes to a motel, so at least that's believable. At least they carried that forward that she's not going to stay there. But I can't imagine how you sleep there one more night. I can't imagine how you go to bed that night after. It's one thing to have an intruder. It's another thing to have fucking carnage going on in your house with ghosts and shit. So, and people coming and going all the time in the house. Who leaves the doors open? These people just showing up in your house.
I don't know how Addie goes in and out. There must be locks. I don't know. That whole thing is so fucked up. And I think Vivian tries to stop it. She goes over there and she takes Addie by the hand and she tells her not to come anymore. And then Constance says she's going to kill her if she touches her kid again.
Yeah. In episode 1.
after that carnage, the next time a motherfucker standing in my living room and I didn't invite you there, it would be on. It's like these people just accept the fact that these people are constantly showing up in their house.
Yeah.
Well, I think that Vivian's not. I mean, she doesn't stay around. But anyway, so that's how this episode. So
Yes.
this is how it ends.
This is how that
She wants to
episode
leave, and Ben basically tells her that their money guy lost all their money. He fucked up and
doesn't
did some
happen
bad
until-
investments.
That
That's
doesn't
next
happen until next.
Oh, sorry. I might have started the next one on automatically. I apologize.
What's interesting, we'll see how it plays out the rest of the season. But what's interesting with this season is both of the episodes now have ended on a declaration. This
Yeah.
is going to happen. I am pregnant. Boom. We're selling the house. Boom.
Boom.
So it's gonna be interesting if that's a theme that goes on the rest of the season that I had not picked up on before.
Right.
Okay, so Debbie says there's Detective Jack Colquitt. There's also a Jack Colquitt in Freak Show.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's the
Yeah,
main
nice.
character of the novel written by the Smoking Man. Oh, here we go. I don't have to read it.
Files. Yep.
James Wombo, both episodes. Yes, they said that in some interview there's some sort of connection between the two. One's in Florida. Freak
You know,
Show.
but all of this stuff, like the X-Files, Buffy, they're all the 90s. You know, they're all influence to the people who are writing these shows.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and once they opened up the door for connections, these people just went wild because, I think you start seeing a lot of the connections in Freak Show. That's where Ryan gave them
Look,
liberties.
I can connect all this shit to the Rocky Horror Picture Show if you want me to, if I really tried. You know what I mean? There's always going to be something that connects these type of movies to other things, to the Rosemary's Baby, to the Carrie, to, because that's people, it's influential.
Where American Horror Story really shines, and this is with all their seasons, is whatever genre, whatever filmmaking technique, whatever that they're trying to portray, they nail. Like when we had the 80s in 1984, they nailed. When we had the found footage in Roanoke, they nailed. This was showing the classic, true nature of horror and all of the feels, the emotion of the house, the cinematography, the jump scares, all that. They really got.
The bottom line is this is the house. The house is its own personality.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Melinda said.
Absolutely got it perfect.
This is a whole Amityville horror thing going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Except the walls are not bleeding.
Right. Yet.
Not yet.
Mm-hmm.
There's blood on the walls right now, but they're not bleeding.
Well, thanks, guys. This was fun.
Yeah.
Debbie and Mary and Kaylee.
Are you doing your one?
Yes,
wait,
I didn't see a message from Buffy was there.
Let me see here. White paper. Oh, here we go. Oh.
Okay. Michael's got a wand here.
In light of Ravenclaw Pride Day, this is possibly one of the most famous Ravenclaws that are out there. This is Luna Lovegood's second one. This is the one that she got replaced after she lost her first one in the Battle of Mysteries in Order of the Phoenix. So when
my daughter would be so jealous.
When she's in jail at the Malfoys. So this is handcrafted just for Luna. Ravenclaw Pride Day.
Yay! All right, guys. So we will be back tomorrow for episode 3.
Same place, same time.
1. So head back and we'll have some more fun.
Mother Supreme,
come back.
Let us know.